I see elevated train tracks. If I find the East Harlem elevated train tracks, I can follow them to this location. I see elevated train tracks. Those are northeast of ESU. If I find the East Harlem elevated train tracks, I can follow them to this location. I think this is pretty far north of ESU. Masked up piece. L trains could mean Harlem. Looks like there's a bridge at the end of the tracks. These aren't the right tracks. I'll try the ones in East Harlem. Beautiful. I think these tracks are in East Harlem. If I find the East Harlem elevated... L trains could mean Harlem. Looks like there's a bridge at the end of the tracks. I think these tracks are in East Harlem. I see elevated train tracks. Those are northeast of ESU. I think this is pretty far north of ESU. I see elevated train tracks. Those are northeast of ESU. I think this is pretty far north of ESU. Nice composition, if I do say so myself. If I find the East Harlem elevated train tracks, I can follow them to this location. L trains could mean Harlem. I think these tracks are in East Harlem. If I find the East Harlem elevated train tracks, I can follow them to this location. Good shot. Got it. I think these tracks are in East Harlem. L trains could mean Harlem. I see elevated train tracks. Those are northeast of ESU. And that's why Jonah paid me the big bucks. Nailed it. I think this is pretty far north of ESU. Looks like there's a bridge at the end of the tracks. I think this is pretty far north of ESU. Hey, Uncle Ben. Miss you. Doing my best to make you proud. If I find the East Harlem elevated, I think these tracks are in East Harlem. Wrong place. I need to go to the tracks in East Harlem. Looks like there's a bridge at the end of the tracks. I see elevated train tracks. Those are northeast of ESU. These aren't the tracks I'm looking for. There's another set in East Harlem. L trains could mean Harlem. L trains could mean Harlem.
Wait till Mom sees this.
I think this is pretty far north of ESU.
Check it out. Hey, I got a business proposition. Spidey.
It's really you.
Whoops! Isn't the city great?
I like the others two better.
Dude.
Looks like there's a... If I find the East Harlem elevated train tracks, I can follow them to this location. think these tracks are in East Harlem. I see elevated train tracks. Those are northeast of ESU.
Oh my god. Congratulations.
Looks like there's a bridge at the end of the tracks. L trains could mean Harlem. If I find the East Harlem elevated train tracks, I can follow them to this location. I know, I'm a jerk.
Spider-Man. Good over here. I see this at work. Later, Spider-Man. Call me when you're ready to get serious about Brandon.
Got it. I see elevated train tracks. Those are northeast of ESU. Wrong place. I need to go to the tracks in East Harlem. These aren't the right tracks. I'll try the ones in East Harlem. I think this is pretty far north of ESU. Uh-oh. Looks like I might be too late. This is it. No corrupted students, but it looks like they've been here. What happened?
Bunch of maniacs going wild. They were high or something. Ran off up the street.
Gotta find them before someone gets hurt a lot worse. There they are. Time to end this.
Help! Please, help us!
Mind if I workshop some new quips during this fight?
Shadow escaped. The light is traitor. I'll kill you!
Lee corrupted a lot of people at the Halloween party. This Muppet was prejudiced. Just saying. The sooner I get you guys back to normal, the better. Sorry for the motor mouth, but fans expect a certain level of quip. Just in case you were worried, my webbing is never tested on animals. Just losers like you. Door's locked. No time to be polite about it. Gotta rip the door down. I think that's it. I was just drinking my latte, thinking about this one time I got mugged. And I saw this big crowd of people, and it's like someone flipped a switch. You should be fine now. Though maybe you should switch to decaf.
No way! You showed up! So you're gonna do it? This screwball challenge?
I don't know what that is.
Well, no one does. That's the best part. Just take a picture of the code on the wall and it starts. Easy peasy. It's to help the needy.
Well, in that case... Got it.
SM! You accepted the challenge! Welcome to my stream! BT Dubs, now that you're on board, the views are racking up like crazy! Here's how it works. The Matrix barcode you snapped is sending you the GPS coordinates of another Matrix barcode in the area.
This is starting to sound time-consuming. Sorry, but people need my help.
Ooh, funny you should say that, because this is to help the needy. One in particular. The final Matrix barcode will give you the location of a... wait for it. Kidnapping victim.
What?
I know! Talk about raising the stakes. Oh, isn't she telegenic? Trapped. Helpless. Will she starve? Suffocate? No time to lose. The internet is watching. Ta-ta.
This got dark fast. She's nuts. I have to play along. There's the next Matrix barcode. This one isn't going to be so simple. Got it!
Oh, snap! Shout out to my fans, some of who just joined my stream and joined Spidey IRL.
Yeah! Screwball!
Has everyone lost their mind?
While we enjoy the action scene, let me read some messages from my squad. Sub Forever says, love you, Screwball. Your stream kept me going while I was in jail. Aww. Fancy Dan says, I ROFL'd when you pranked J. Jonah Jameson with the pie. So did I, Fancy Dan. So did I. Slim Gats is an old friend of the show who Spidey sent to Rikers. He says, can't wait to see you humiliate Spider Freak. Well, the feeling is mutual, Slim Gats!
Too bad, guys. Guess you'll have to go back to the cinnamon challenge.
Sorry about that, Spidey. I can't help it if my fans get personally invested. They're passionate. Hashtag blessed.
Did you just say hashtag out loud? That's honestly almost as bad as the kidnapping.
Snapping that code should have sent you the GPS to the next location. You better hurry. Our friend's all alone and, oh, so sad.
There's the other code. Split across 2 buildings. This'll take finesse. Got it!
Now this is totally unofficial, but I'm hearing some of my fans decided to bring you a little care package. I think they're saying you're the bomb. You might want to grab those fast. People could get hurt. Tick-tock, tick-tock. And my mentions are blowing up too. Nice job taking a simple photo, guy. Snapping that one should get you the GPS to our victim. You better save her before our fans get bored. 'Cause in entertainment, boredom is death.
Address isn't far from here. I need to hurry. Go try this at home, kids. Or anywhere else, really. Oh no! I'm starting to repeat my quips! I should hire a joke writer. Cameras everywhere. This is it. Can you hear me? Hold on, I'm gonna rip the door down.
Oh my god, Spider-Man! I can't thank you enough for the millions of clicks I just got! Wow!
Screwball!
Ha! I know, right? Ah, you should see the look on your creepy moving eye hole thingies. Oh, look! More of my followers!
Screwball!
LDR, I don't want to down this.
Then tell them to stop.
Open fire! I'm not gonna go out like that!
Oh, are you allergic to webbing? Wait, I just remembered. I don't care. You look starstruck. Relax. I put my pants on one web at a time.
I can't believe what I'm seeing! All gonna burn!
LOL. What are you going to charge me with? I didn't actually do anything. It was all my fans.
She has a point. Gonna be hard to make anything stick.
For a spider-based hero, I'm really starting to hate the web.
Osborn for all the business I lost during quarantine.
Wow, street performers are getting...
That's a keeper.
Electro trying to destroy our power grid. The Vulture raining death from above. Spider-Man egging them both on in the very heart of our city, brawling like children. Lethal children, pitching a tantrum of death and destruction. I'm often asked, why do menaces like this end up with awesome powers? Why not someone like you, Jonah? Well, I have considered trying to use advanced science to give me powers.
Safer than being around the boss if we screw up. Shake a freaking leg.
Wonder if Tombstone offers dental.
Feet are aching. Am I hearing things? This place is creeping me out.
Hey, what was that?
Enjoy your next breath.
Hey, you guys aren't registered pharmacists. The no lab coats thing gave you away. My reward.
Putting you in the ground, punk.
How'd you get so violent? Was it video games?
Got a bullet with your name on it, Spider-Man.
So do you guys practice swinging and missing? You turned it into an art form. Tombstone's men are down. Now to find out what's in these barrels. Diox 3. Isn't this the chemical Tombstone was exposed to as a kid? What's he doing with it now?
Yeah! Let's go, come on!
I'm guessing that stuff's not for asthma. More drugs. Someone's gotta teach. These guys about the dangers of peer pressure. Bad feeling those drug inhalers and the Diox 3 are related. Should analyze an inhaler to find out what's going on here. All right, what's in you? Diox 3 plus designer amphetamines. Pretty clever recipe for temporary invulnerability. I'm impressed. And worried. This stuff hits the street and there'll be a huge market for it. With Tombstone as the sole supplier, I think I can synthesize a counter-drug. Wonder if there are any lab supplies in that truck. Time for some artisanal science. There, single dose of the counter-drug. Just need to test it out.
Spider-Man, over here! Hey guys!
Oh, man! I just gotta say, you're like my hero. Crap. I'm getting it back.
My friends, the Rhino and the Scorpion are back behind bars. But only after wreaking unimaginable havoc in a reckless rampage with Spider-Man. Hopefully, they'll never see daylight again. But we need to be ready if they do. Normal humans can't stand against the likes of the Rhino. So, here's my proposal. You've heard of police dogs, right?
The angry drug lord drank alone. There's a poem in there somewhere.
You know better than me. Never was the literary type.
How'd you even manage to connect with Martin Lee?
I'm top of my game. I don't go... knocking. People find me. You ever wanted to team up? We could do some real...
Could punch Tombstone for days and he wouldn't feel it. I wonder if the counter drug would work on it.
Boys, get in here! You remember last time we did this dance? Your leg healed up okay?
Hurts when it rains, but otherwise dandy. Sweet as it acts. Can't use the counter drug till I take out Tombstone's gang. Ah, so flattered. The exploitation of suffering thing gives me pause. Need to clear out his men before I try the counter drug.
This is the last time you mess with our... You like my new product? Call it engraved dust.
You have your marketing department cook that name up?
I am the marketing department. Captain Leotard beat! I'll stick with guns! Hey, you wouldn't want to take a break, would you?
Oh, Lonnie, tired? Someone's been skipping cardio. He's wearing down, I'm close. Counter drug worked. Time to take him down.
The hell was that you dosed me? funky.
Oh, you know, particulated deblocking agent. Huge. He's exhausted. Time to end this.
Man, my tongue feels funny. My tongue's supposed to feel funny.
Oh, yeah, totally. 100% normal. I think. Someday, Lonnie, I want to find you doing good. Running a soup kitchen or something.
Soon as soup pays, I'll be. End of the day, this is what I call great fight, great challenge.
You and I are very different people. Can we say your crazy drug lord days are done? Please?
Sure. For now. Hell of a run, though.
Not quite how I'd describe it.
That's new.
Too much to hope you'll be taking it easier now that you're, you know, mortal?
Not a chance. Threat of death just ups the thrill. Hell of a left hook. Can't wait for the rematch.
I can.
I like you.
Well... was dramatic. Wonder how long Tombstone's powers will be negated for. Probably not long enough. Good work for now, though, Pete. Pats on the back all around.
Mark your calendars, folks, because...
Jameson's right. You put on a big show, but all you do is leave a mess behind for everyone else.
What brought this on, Officer Friendly?
Fisk is gonna get off.
I doubt that. We got decades worth of evidence on the big guy.
Not anymore. Evidence truck got hit on the way to lockup. Whatever was on those hard drives is as good as gone.
Big Willie isn't getting off that easy. I'll get those drives back. Okay, think. All processed evidence has RFID tracking tags applied. I should be able to find the hard drives if I track the tags. Gotta move fast. I make fun of Jameson, but his constant bad-mouthing me really hits home with some people. I mean, Fisk's men steal the drives from the cops, and somehow that's my fault? Well, the important thing is to make sure Fisk doesn't get away with this. Just in time. Doesn't look like they've wrecked the drives yet. Time to ruin Willie's welcome home party.
Got the drives. Why don't we just crash her?
I gotta make sure they're the real deal. Tech boys will be here shortly. Hey, keep your eyes peeled. Don't give a handoff. First is dead. Getting too old for this. What the hell?
Nap time.
I heard that.
Sleep it off. Literally didn't see that coming.
Tommy! Man down. Can anyone hear me? Anyone else hear that?
That's it? I've seen people fight harder over a new smartphone. The drives aren't damaged. Perfect. Now I just need to return this to the Hell's Kitchen precinct. Wish I could see Willie's face when he finds out about this. I'll bet he chokes on his prison Bordeaux. Fisk isn't going anywhere. I've got the missing drives.
Wait a sec. So you just happen to know where to find them? Maybe you and the Kingpin really are working together.
Wow, really? Steal him and bring him right back? You don't think I have better things to do with my time? Uh-oh. Rockets! Take cover! Hey, a little overkill, don't you think? They're throwing everything they've got at us! All this for hard drive? Haven't you guys ever heard of the cloud? And they'll have to go through me to get to you. You're done! officers carpooling? I'll say this for Fizz, at least he's eco-friendly. Some of Fisk's men must have made it up top.
Where are the drives? Go to hell! Wrong answer, pig! Get these labs off me!
Maybe night.
Spider-Man, I'm sorry. I was wrong about you. Jameson can go to hell.
Much appreciated, officer.
One question. Is it true you're from another world?
Yeah, it's called Queens. See ya.
Hey, Spider-Man, there's another missing student. Latest MIA is Steve Hopkins. What worries me about him is some guys from Tombstone's gang started dealing in his neighborhood recently. Steve hated that. It's a nice area, but he was too scared to do anything.
If he's corrupted, he might take out his anger on them, and he's the one who'd get hurt.
This is the last picture Steve put up before he went silent. I couldn't find anything more recent.
Huh. Pretty sure this is the Upper West Side. I think I need to head north.
Interview for my blog?
Excuse me, pardon me. I can find a park on the west side, next to water, I can use it to track the location. What can you tell me about Steve?
He's a little guy. Wouldn't hurt to fly. I'm not sure he could if he wanted to.
Sounds like these dealers would crush him. And a little guy might burn out quicker. I'd better hurry. I see water to the west of the trees. That narrows it down. Huh. Pretty sure this is the Upper West Side. I think I need to head north. Philip, what can you tell me about Steve?
He's a little guy. Wouldn't hurt to fly. I'm not sure he could if he wanted to.
Sounds like these dealers would crush him. And a little guy might burn out quicker. I better hurry. This Steve guy sounds like he's all responsibility but no power. I hope I can get there in time. Tombstone's gang might not be as bulletproof as their boss, but they're almost as deadly. Oscorp. I've got my issues with how they operate, but can't deny their success. There's the park. The photo must have been taken around here somewhere. I'm looking for a park by the water, northwest of ESU. I think that's the spot, over by those trees.
Damn, son, you got a death wish? Hey, fellas, let's take college boy to school.
That corrupted guy bit off more than he could chew. Guess I have to rescue him before I cure him. Those guys are armed. Maybe I can take some of them quietly. Love it. Some of it was prejudiced. Just saying. When you get to jail, tell him Spidey sent you. And stay away from the chili.
This ain't gonna do much good against bullets!
I'm thinking of growing a mustache. All clear, Steve. Let's get... Steve! Come on, I just saved you! This is what they call tough love.
Oh, God. What did I do? I always had a problem with those guys, but... tonight I wanted to kill them. In ways I don't even want to think about.
Don't worry, this wasn't your fault. Yuri, looks like some people were protesting this Sable base, and the agents responded by locking them up.
Great way to win hearts and minds. Can you get them out?
It'll take some persuasion, but I'm a pretty persuasive guy. Snoring now. Game. I'm carrying the whole thing myself!
You're clear! Got it! Going in!
Are you allergic to webbing? Wait, I just remembered. I don't care!
Fire in the hole!
Get him on the ground!
More of you! That's it! I'm leaving a bad review!
That hurt him! Stop resisting! Everybody down!
You're in timeout.
We locked up some hippies. There's civil suits, too. Uniform found it. What was it?
Surprise!
Sector clear. Continuing patrol. Got movement. What was that?
Someone needs a nap.
Patrolling sector. Will advise status. Hands here.
Beautiful.
Movement.
You're done.
Look alive. We've got company. Got movement. Gotta help.
Yeah.
Send backup. Several units have failed to cover my six. He's down. Restrain him.
You're just not very observant.
What was that? Got movement. Got movement.
Oh, sorry. Did I startle you?
5x5 control. Air. Control. Now we got a man. Might have something to reach. Moving in. We got a man down. I'm on him! What'd he just do? Don't let up! Watch my back! Get a medic in here! He's going down! Take him out!
More of you! That's it! I'm leaving a bad review!
What'd he just do?
I'm calling customer service. I distinctly ordered only one group of hostile Sable agents.
Get him to the ground!
Spider-Man, I just heard Sable's issuing an internal bounty on you. A huge bonus for any agent that brings you down.
Something like a little healthy competition to maintain a positive work environment.
Get a medic in here!
Look, if you guys are gonna keep showing up like this, it's just polite to call first.
He's shooting his web! Grenade! He's airborne! Advancing!
try, Sable guys! Everything's cool here. The trouble's next door. Hey, it was worth a try.
Get him on the ground. Moving in.
That took longer than it should have.
That was terrifying. Thank you, Spider-Man.
Got the people out of the cells. They don't seem inclined to continue their protest.
I hate that Sable's violating constitutional rights, but right now, I'll settle for keeping innocent people out of lockup. Thanks.
I'm hearing a lot of praise for Spider-Man lately, and I'm not saying it's entirely unwarranted.
Okay, be careful in here, Pete. This station analyzes hazardous chemicals, basically trying to figure out how to counteract them if they ever got out into the world, which hopefully they never will.
Oh no. Someone broke in and stole a volatile rocket propellant. And they must have cracked the container because it's leaking. From the timestamp on the security cameras, it just happened. I need to get it back.
My spider bots are still just prototypes, but this is a good time to test one. Its sensors can follow the chemical trail. Better than me swinging up on the thief. If he freaks out and drops the hydrazine, he'll blow up half a block. Gotta find a quiet place to deploy the spider bot, where I can hang out and guide it. Okay, little guy. Let's find where the chemical dripped and vacuum it up before it makes someone sick. Not only is Mini-Me cleaning up the spills, it's leading me right to the thief. The thief's hiding in crowds. I'll disperse him with a subsonic blast. Won't hurt anyone, but it's super annoying. Lucky this stuff's only dangerous over a long exposure. Or if it combusts. Maybe... maybe not. End of the trail. He's running. Gotta wrap him up with a web burst. Got it. Now to get the fuel back. Got it. Now I just need to return the fuel to the station. This little spider bot's useful. If I can ever find a way to make them cost-effective, they'd be a big help. Chemicals back where it belongs. I beefed up the station security and sent Yuri the camera footage to convict the thief. Not a bad day's work. This is one station that was already earning its keep. It should be safe from being shut down, especially now that the chemicals are locked away.
This is Stable Control. Need a report of the situation north of Houston.
Roger, Control. This is APC Foxtrot. No sign of Spider-Man.
Open fire! Open fire!
This is really flattering. But tell Silver Sable I only like her as a friend.
APC turret disabled. Switch to small arms.
Oh, how festive. More stably.
one thing even my detractors have to say about J. Jonah Jameson. I admit when I'm wrong. And while I hoped his efforts in the recent crisis meant Spider-Man was finally becoming a responsible citizen, a mature adult, I am here to confess I was wrong. I wanted to believe. I hoped it was true. But even a stop clock is right twice a day. And I guess curing the plague was Spider-Man's stop clock moment.
Yuri, a group of escaped inmates looks like they've gotten their hands on some serious firepower.
Last thing we need right now is a massive shootout on a residential street. Is it something you can handle quietly?
Quietly might be pushing it, but I can do it without a massive shootout. There might be a bunch of webs around, though.
I'll take it. Good luck.
We're not going back inside! Gonna feel this!
Pressure's off. Call back up.
Get him down! Right now! Just one guy out the clinic!
Back up! For guys who just got out of the raft, sure are eager to go back!
No one's gonna lock me up again! This'll hurt! Hands isn't letting him win!
Reinforcements! Look, guys, this is not gonna help at your parole hearing!
Don't let him get behind you!
Spider-Man, I'm getting reports of shots fired.
I can confirm that! They're not hitting anyone, though!
Try to keep it that way.
Since I'm the only one they're aiming at, I am totally on board with that!
Watch out!
have more loyal friends than me?
We can still win this! Incoming! God
Just once, I'd love for the people rushing into the fight to be on my side. Heck, I'd even settle for neutral.
Out of your lane!
Captain, the inmates and all their guns are webbed up and waiting.
Thanks. No way we could have taken them without collateral damage. I hope the locals appreciate you.